everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Some adjustments will have to be made by both teams here as the weather has turned nasty and rain will be coming down throughout this game. Let's see who can manage the wet conditions better. It's the Browns going up against the Steelers. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
Looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll look to throw. Green with a catch left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground. This is Isaiah Crowell. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it. Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for third down.
On second down, here's Crowell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that drive takes him down. Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete. The H-back, Ryan Hewitt, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. 7-0 is our score. More from the Steel City coming up after this. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers are... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And the Browns getting set to go. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So here on 4th down, the Browns turn to Travis Coons in the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps at 11. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Flushed out right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Ooh, with a juke. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Still 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they control.
They've got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Devin Smith, 88 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he gets off a high spiraling kick. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And we shift our focus to Isaiah Crowell. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll run with Crowell. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43, so down inside the 4. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A first down carry now for Crowell. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Second down following the run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They'll run the option left. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now Brown. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. A good pickup there at 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because you're
So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. They'll look to throw here. Deep drop. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
Holding. Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. He'll drop to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a jerk in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Green's got it over the middle. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there. And the Steelers are going to have a first down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a driving rain, but he steps up regardless of that rain, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
Yeah, and so many things can go wrong. The slightest slip, that could mean the ball game. But he hits it dead, solid, perfect.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Back to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Offense.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Steelers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.